that's pretty much what I kind of did. And the way that that was made possible was I was kind of determined to try and stick with people as more in those first loops, so that I was doing less of the navigation on my own. And it's just easier moving as a group for lots of reasons. You tend to pull out the pages of the book together, and you keep each other right. So when something goes wrong, someone picks up on it, and it's just better kind of for morale and encouraging you on the bad bits. So for all those reasons, I wanted to be with people. So I did actually manage to firstly, we kind of run with people, and I sort of realised that the people I was with were not going quite fast enough, so I tried to kind of cross over to the group of John Kelly and didn't quite hang on. But actually on loop 2, I went out pretty strong, and I managed to catch them up, much to my surprise, going up to the kind of fire tower, and then stuck with them for loop 2 and most of loop 3. So by the time I finished loop 3, I'd kind of achieved that goal of fairly fast first 3 loops. The challenge then was whether I'd kind of broken myself too much to head out and finish the final 2, really, because I'd struggled to eat quite a lot in loop 3, and I felt really pretty rough. I was coughing a lot. I wasn't able to eat very much. And sitting there before going out onto loop 4, I think there's pictures of me with my head in my hand, because I really felt awful. I really wanted to stop at the same time, but there was absolutely no question that I was going to carry on. I was absolutely going to carry on. I knew in my head that there was no way that me was going to allow myself to stop, because I was so determined to get this thing done, and especially given that I had all this time to try and make it possible. So I headed out again, and actually then it started to feel better, and then Jared and Greg kind of caught me, and I managed to hang on to them. Like, actively said to them, if you're all right with it, I'm going to try and hold on to you for as long as possible. And it was so nice to be with them. And then they dropped me, they pushed on right at the end of the loop, and I couldn't hang on because I was again feeling pretty awful. But somehow managed to make it back into camp, and then loop 5 was just fueled by adrenaline and a kind of desperate desire to get back and get the whole thing done.